Welcome to DHN. I'm your host, Wade Teamer. In this video, we got another coin review. We're talking Power Ledger. Now, I am a big fan of this project right away. I've known about it for a number of months, but I'm not going to say I am a Energy Web guy. It's part of my main portfolio, my main holdings. And I've been studying Energy Web for quite a long time because I understand that the energy transition, much like the payments transition, is upon us. It's occurring right now. You can see it if you look in the right places. But what I like about Power Ledger, as opposed to Energy Web, who focuses more so on industrial use cases, the more broader markets, Power Ledger is focusing on peer-to-peer energy monetization. It's a very interesting concept. We're going to break it all down in this video. So if you're new here, don't hesitate to hit that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Most importantly, that's important. Got to ring that notification bell. Also, this review is going to line up with our exclusive DHN Crypto Journal for 2023. That means we're going to talk about what their areas of focus are. We're going to talk about some of the investors, some of their biggest accomplishments, things like that, to give you a broad overview of the token. That way you can make the best decision possible when it comes to investing. Right now, you can pick up Power Ledger for about 20 cents. At time of recording, we're seeing a slight increase, 0.72%, not much, but the circulating supply, there are 49% of the total 1 billion Power Ledger in circulation. Looks like our all-time high was back in 2018. Yeah, Power Ledger's been here for a minute. Back in 2018, guys, $1.80. So it's been a very interesting ride since then, but that's mainly because the sector that they focus on, folks, is not very popular. Okay, we'll just call it that. There's a lot of speculation about it not even being necessary, the whole discussion about the environment, the climate. But if you're looking at it from a business perspective, there's money in it. And if there's money in it, oh, it's happening. It's happening for sure. And another thing, too, if you think that this max supply is a bit high, well, when we get into how their peer-to-peer energy transitions work, you'll understand why the max supply is what it is. Now, another interesting fact here is that Power Ledger had a migration last year in the summer. They went from Ethereum to Solana. So they are now sitting on the Solana blockchain. In essence, what we have is a platform that allows for the trading of renewable energy sources. Okay, much similar to what Energy Web does. It allows for businesses to track that data and move that data around, and it builds infrastructure for companies to build climate-related applications on top of. What I like about Power Ledger, though, is their peer-to-peer element. Now, we're gonna jump into, this is the clients and partners. We're gonna wait for a second, but I want to show you this here, the XGrid, okay? Because it's going to give us an idea of what I've been referring to. Allows an electricity retailer's customers to trade solar power across the grid. Agile real-time pricing means benefits for the customer, retailer, and distributor alike. XGrid enables households and businesses to sell energy generated from their solar panels to other energy consumers connected to the same grid. So that's the thing about Power Ledger. It's that peer-to-peer connectivity that they're building in the energy markets. That's a very unique approach. It's a very new approach because, like I said, that Energy Web focuses on building out the infrastructures. So you can think of it like this. Energy Web will build the grid that people will then source their energy from, but the technology that they will use to transact that energy with one another would be Power Ledger. That's powerful. That's very powerful, guys, because it also lends into another philosophy that's entering the space right now: user monetization. Okay, user monetization, just real quick, you can think of it as, hey, YouTubers, we have the ability to go and use a platform to generate money. We don't have bosses, we don't have overhead, with the exception of your equipment or whatever, but That's a form of user monetization. We're using the software and we're monetizing from it. Instagram is starting to do the same thing. TikTok, you can see it with certain reward programs. There are now 1,001 apps that allow you to earn while you're playing it, walk to earn, move to earn, all of these things. That falls in line with user monetization, which is a broader agenda, okay, that is going to come along with this transition from fiat to a digital cash system. I have a video on the channel about it. Agenda 2022, Civilization 2050. We've talked about it before. I'll leave a link somewhere. But the focus here is, and why Power Ledger is a standout to me, is for that reason. It's because they're bringing in peer-to-peer energy trading and user monetization at the same time. Now, with that, the solar panel approach, those things are still being developed. Okay. Under areas of focus, you can definitely put down peer-to-peer energy trading and solar panels, because the more solar panel technology develops, then we'll start to see Power Ledger really get going. Loyalty Solar Swap is a way for fast-moving consumer brands to buy electricity from their customers in return for goods and services. It creates positive brand engagement and lets customers know a brand is serious about sustainability. This one is going to be big as well because it lends to ESG type of business activities. And trust me, if you just look around, ESG is high on the agenda for most companies right now, okay, especially in the United States. So let's look forward here. Gifted P2P. Customers can simply gift electricity to friends, neighbors, schools, and community groups. That's going to create very interesting dynamics in our neighborhoods, guys, going forward. Another reason Power Ledger is going to be in high demand is because of its UGrid. The UGrid enables energy tracking and trading within embedded networks and microgrids. It can be used in shopping centers, apartment complexes, office buildings, and retirement villages within individual or co-owned energy assets. So again, this lends to that peer-to-peer element. But what I like about this is the fact that what it's providing is a plug and play solution. So let's just say you bought an apartment building and you plan on renting it out, getting tenants. Before you can do that, you can retrofit the building with this Power Ledger technology to make it extremely energy efficient. Oh, just another thing to add on. This is also going to be one of those write-offs when it comes to the taxes around carbon penalties and things like that. There's another word for it. I'll find out about it later. We can talk about it in the comments, but basically this is going to be right. You can write this off. If you get a building and you want to fill it with tenants and you want to retrofit it to make it energy efficient, you can use Power Ledger to do that and get some money back for it while making money. Mind-blowing. So another reason why I like Power Ledger is because it's putting this energy narrative in the palm of people's hands. And that's different right there. Again, Energy Web focuses on the industrial side. They're bringing in major companies, they're bringing in countries, and they're bringing in utility companies to modernize the grid. Power Ledger, once that grid gets modernized, you can just plug it right in, and now you have peer-to-peer energy trading. You have pop-up energy markets, essentially. Now, another thing that I like, on top of the fact that this website is it explains the project perfectly. It shows you where everything is currently being deployed at. And that was this page here, 30 plus clients, 12 countries. It's out there. And that's very good to see. We have work in Spain, Australia, Thailand, India, France, Japan, United States, a couple companies in the United States. And that's what really had attracted me to this project, was their work in the US, because unlike with other transitions, I think the US is the furthest along when it comes to the energy transition, because we kind of had a head start. This is something that has been going on in the United States for years now, decades even. So this is, if this project was not working in the United States, I would see that as a concern. So good to see that it's broad and it has a vast reach, and the partners span across the globe, and it's important partners. Okay, important partnerships. American PowerNet's headquarters will use the XGrid platform to trade solar power with neighbors connected in its office park to optimize clean energy for both carbon reductions and decreased electricity costs. So, and that is a shot of the place right there. And again, with solar panels, solar energy, alternative energy altogether, it makes me think of what Elon Musk is doing. They just built a huge gigafactory down in Texas, and it's all running on renewable energy. There are other initiatives and factories being built right now that are strictly running on renewables. With this UGrid, or XGrid, excuse me, I can imagine that these companies now start to connect with each other and begin to sell and trade solar energy with one another. That's another thing that this opens up, is with that peer-to-peer element, companies can buy energy from other companies now. So these are the top two tokens, really, in my opinion, when it comes to the energy transition, it being Power Ledger and Energy Web. Now, they do offer staking for Power Ledger too. You have to have a Phantom wallet, so you have to be on Solana. Now, of course, no energy focused project would be complete if they didn't work with electric vehicle charging stations. And thanks to Silicon Valley Power, they're using Power Ledger for the digitizing and automation of EV transactions. This will help the utility to earn credits under California's Air Resource Board. So the digitization and automation of the transactions, it also makes me think about individual transactions between EV stations themselves. This is describing how different utility companies are benefiting from the Power Ledger, but you have to look at what's around the corner from that. They want to completely automate, like they said, this entire process. So at a certain point, it will be EV stations communicating with one another. So you can definitely put that down as another area of focus. But I really think that if you put it under climate energy transition, it kind of encompasses all of that under one umbrella for you. So now when it comes to investors, this lineup is quite interesting, guys. I was able to find it after a bit of digging and going to Masari.io. But we have Galaxy Digital. That's a direct investment from the US, Limitless Crypto Investments. And then we have investments from Australia, of course, the United Kingdom, Singapore, and China. So it's a pretty list of investors. There's another Artesian Capital Partners from India. So I would say a very strong global investment list, with the biggest name being Galaxy Digital. I believe that's Mike Novogratz's firm. Now, another thing too that popped up was this, and I think this is important. On July 21st of this year, the SEC stated that Power Ledger is a crypto asset security. Now, what makes that interesting to me is the fact that you can still gain access to this token. So, did not expect this to come up in this video, but if XRP is considered a crypto asset security and Power Ledger has been considered a asset security and it's still able to be bought and traded, wonder what that impact would be. When it comes to Power Ledger, my main thing about it is the fact that it brings that peer-to-peer element to the energy transition, something that no other token is doing right now. So that's a standout. And when it comes to finding the projects that you want to make money with, you need to be looking at the ones that are solving problems that no one else is solving. Straight up, straight like that, guys. So with all that being said, though, that's all I got for this one. If you found value, of course, you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Most importantly, don't forget about your DHN Crypto Journal. Link will be down in the description, as well as our Diamond Hustle members. They get access to exclusive crypto films and educational content. You want to learn more about that? Click the join button under this video. And as always, to my digital hustlers worldwide, have a great day, have a prosperous day. And most importantly, that money is digital, so is the hustle. I'll see y'all in the next video.